Welcome back to Nintagious. Tonight, even though I said I was going to play something entirely different, I lied. We're going to get back to Mega Man. I think as I mentioned last night, that like sometimes I get up and like I don't really know what I'm going to play yet. While I'm in the shower, I'll start weighing my options and deciding what do I feel, what do I really want to play. And this is just what really jumped out at me, so I decided to stick with this. So yeah, it's... what did I name it? A Night Alone with Mega Man X4. Because there's a lot to do in this game. Even though it's, like, kind of quicker and shorter than especially X3. Which, by the way, so I did that X3 run last night, and I wound up getting the Golden Armor and Zero's Saber. Which basically broke the game. It made it, like, way too easy. And I was talking about the idea of doing another run where I try to do the Fortress stages without those, and do like a more traditional, like, Buster-only run through those stages. It turns out the one hidden achievement that was left is to beat the final boss without the Golden Armor, so I'm probably definitely going to do that at some point. I don't know if that's gonna... that might even be tonight, who knows? Anyway, before we get going here, let me toss everyone some pixels as a thanks for being here right at the start. I did see that Wally was here nice and early, Blueberry's here, Dino's here, Nintendo Fan is here, Xylor's here. Xylor just came walking in. Welcome to everyone. How is everybody doing tonight? Let's wait and watch Blue throw her pixels away, which she just did. Alright, so we have something exciting to start this game with, actually, too, tonight. So yeah, last night I did the first 4 Mavericks, and then I did, like, the mini-boss that came along with defeating 4 Mavericks. I have most of the stuff up until this point, aside from one heart tank that I wasn't able to get yet. I'll be able to go back and get it after this, though. I did go back and get the other Buster upgrade, which isn't as good, but I think the other one was going to make the game too easy. So as I demonstrated last night, the one I had basically turned my Buster Shot into a small moon, and it was kind of ridiculous. This one charges up to 4 shots that like then stay in storage, and then I can launch them separately. Whoops. Come on, do the thing. There. Whoops. Thought I had more space there. Are there not any more coming? I was like, oh, I'll just hang out here for a second and catch up with chat, but I guess no more were coming. Yeah, Xylor, that sounds kind of off. That doesn't sound tremendously accurate. I could definitely play some more classic and kind of give you a history lesson. It's definitely a thing I could do. Oh, I'm probably gonna want. I can come back to this. The armor upgrade is in this stage, but I can't get it yet. Oh, never mind. I can't take that far back. Okay, I'm gonna have to use my head. Let's see. Maybe. Whoops. Well, if I was faster, that would have worked. Okay, it's fine. Just stand there. Oh, and if I wouldn't jump right over it, that's another problem. Seriously? Can we not with the RNG right now? There we go. That was all I wanted. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Yep. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, that part is correct. That Dr. Light and Dr. Wily were colleagues, I guess is the right word for it. And they were working together to create all these revolutionary robots. And then basically, Light was getting all of the praise. Like, Wily wasn't getting any of the praise. Everybody was just like, oh, Dr. Light's so great. And nobody was recognizing that Wily was a big part of this, too. And that drove him over the edge, and he decided to steal a bunch of the robots and reprogram them and be bad. He did not steal Rock or Roll, because Rock was like a lab assistant and didn't have any combat capabilities, and Roll was a housekeeping robot, so he was like, oh, I don't need these, they're not useful. So then Dr. Light turned Rock into Mega Man and sent him off to save the day. Now this is Mega Man X. This takes place like hundreds of years later, so it's a completely different thing. Okay, so you guys have probably noticed that these ride armors are a thing in like all of these games. Unfortunately, you can't ever take them in to fight bosses, which is kind of sad. Until this very moment. And this is actually an achievement. We'll see if I can actually... Well, I think I'm going to kind of cheat this, actually, because I think I can. You have to actually get the killing blow with the armor. So I'm thinking if I just jump out... Because I'm worried that... I usually can't keep the ride armor the entire time. He usually destroys it. So I figure if I do this, I can save it until he's lower on health and then jump in and get the killing blow. Because it doesn't really do that much damage either. I think that's good enough. Or did I specifically not have to use any master weapons? That kind of looks like the case. Oh, no, there we go. Neat. Yeah, you went Maverick, blah, 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 blah. Who else did I miss coming in? Chat's moving kind of fast tonight. Now Cassidy's here. Welcome back. Brujo or Brujo? Either way, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Okay, so I got another weapon. I got another heart tank. We can go do some fun stuff now. Yeah, let me see what I missed. First, I think it kind of already scrolled up. Oh, no, it's still there. Okay, how does rendering work? Okay, well, I showed you, like, before the stream started, like, the command for it. You can gamble up to 250 pixels at a time. If you roll a 60 or lower, you lose. If you roll a 90 or if you roll between 60 and 90, you win double back. And if you roll over a 90, you get triple. I think Blue's already kind of handling most of this. And then if you roll a 100, you get the jackpot. The jackpot goes up whenever anybody loses. I think it puts half of what they lose into the jackpot. Teach a class on where the first piece of the bean star goes after the Chocola sinks. I take it you're lost. And yeah, the Maverick virus does kind of go against the whole Reploids have free will thing, doesn't it? You're not wrong. Proto-Man's backstory is a little complicated, and it's also kind of vague. Like, there's a lot of details there that aren't really fully explained. All we really know is that, like, his power core is nuclear or something, and, like, his days are numbered. Like, he's kinda... That's why he doesn't really like to get attached to anything, because any day he could just kind of blow up. And yeah, I wasn't parsing far enough ahead, and Blue definitely was ahead of me on the gambling thing. So I'm kind of shaky on this part, Xylor. The original Mega Man, I think it's different, like, depending on which form of media you look at. I believe in the games, I think he was deliberately programmed with that in mind, yeah. That he could take like a weapon chip from fallen enemies and be able to use their weapons. The reason he changes color, canonically, is... It's a glitch with the chips, I think? Or something like that? From the game standpoint, he changes color because that's how they load in the palette for the weapon graphics, if that makes sense. Like back in the NES days, if he's shooting a fireball, if he was still blue, they would have only been able to use blue for the fireball. So they had to change him to red and yellow so that they could use red and yellow for the fireball. That was like the technical standpoint, like the technical reason for why they did it in the game. And then it just kind of stuck, like they just kind of kept using it, because at that point it was kind of iconic. Let's go back and get this heart piece really quick. Heart tang, whatever. But yeah, I think that was a deliberate thing. Now I know the comics did some really cool things with the weapons, that I don't know if that's considered canon, but I liked where they were going with it. And that was basically... They came up with the reason that... A lot of people would probably ask, in Mega Man 2, why can't you still use the weapons from Mega Man 1? And... The reason they gave in the comics was that, like, holding on to the weapons of these fallen enemies is traumatizing for Mega Man. He doesn't like carrying their weapons around, because he feels like it's like carrying their ghosts around. So that's why he doesn't hold on to them. Which I like that as a reason, personally. Because a lot of Mega Man's thing is like that he doesn't really want to fight. He wasn't even built to fight. He just does it because he has to. Like he doesn't have a choice. I'm playing... This is Mega Man X, yes. So, yes and no. They typically don't call him Mega Man in these games, they just call him X. But this is a... This is basically a like, Mega Man 2.0. Except he was, like, so advanced that Dr. Light put him in a capsule and sealed him away for 100 years. So everybody's dead at this point. Like, Light's dead, Wily's dead. The X, yeah, this is a completely different one. He didn't... It's not an upgrade or anything. This is, like, a completely different model. The fat guy in the football helmet is double. He'll show up more later. I think what I don't like about this Buster is that it doesn't release a shot when you let go of the button. Like, I guess that's a good thing, because then you can just kind of charge up your shots whenever. They're also clearly kind of weak, because even the basic Buster shot, I was able to destroy these things with one shot. This, I can't do that, so they're clearly a little bit weaker. That kind of sucks. No, he does not have the original Mega Man's memory. And no, X and Mega Man don't exist at the same time. I mean, in theory, they probably do, but I don't think X was ever activated until, like, well after Mega Man was, like, destroyed. But I feel like it's pretty reasonable to believe that, like, Mega Man was still alive and kicking while Dr. Light was making X. And of course, that's only getting into the classic series and the X series. Like I was saying last night, I think, that you could basically, like, there's like, depending on how much of a standalone series you consider some of them to be, you could consider there being 5 to 7 different Mega Man series. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to backtrack for. I don't think so, though. Let's boogie. Going a little slow and steady here because I have to remember where everything is. There's the heart tank. Good stuff. I think... I'm trying to remember if this stage has a sub-tank in it. Ooh. Stage doesn't have ice physics, which is pretty great. Seriously. Except for these things. But even then, those... It's not really ice physics, that's just... You slide down slopes physics. There's a difference. Alright, so there's this thing. But I think I need to get this later. Maybe? I guess I could just get it now. I kind of forget what it does. I think only X can get it, though. I don't think Zero can get that. Could be wrong. Ooh, fill up them sub-tanks. Where am I going? Oh, okay. That was kind of misleading. Okay, what else am I missing here? Oh, that's right, it gives you more lives. Like, greater capacity of lives. And hey, Jonathan, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Or welcome back, actually, because I think... I don't know, your name's pretty familiar. I might have seen you in another stream, though. Who knows? I get around. No, Xylor. Astro Boy is something completely different. There's some influences from Astro Boy and Mega Man, but yeah, they're completely different things. Not even by, like, the same creators or anything. Nintendo fan. I did notice that comment. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that. I haven't heard a lot about that new cartoon, but, like, I watched the footage they've shown so far, and I honestly think it looks pretty promising. I mean, with basically everything Mega Man, a lot of fans are gonna just be, like, super negative about everything because it's not perfect, but I have high hopes for it. I think it could be, at least be decent. And I mean, like I said, there's like 7 different Mega Mans, right? So I see no problem in the fact that this cartoon is like a completely new Mega Man. It's not like, it's not the classic one, it's not X, or anything like that. I don't see a problem with that, because that's kind of the reality of Mega Man already. This boss is kind of obnoxious. He's a lot easier with the big buster. Xylor, Mega Man 11 is coming out in a couple months. But otherwise, that's gonna be like the first new game in quite a long time. Like 8 years or something ridiculous like that. Lingering hitbox much? Hey, I liked the 80s cartoon, honestly. Or, wasn't that 90s? Or do you mean Captain N? Which, that did look pretty bad, I thought. Astro Boy's hairstyle is not that similar to Mega Man's. I encourage you to take another look. Astro Boy has, like, horns. I'm trying to be kind of careful here because I'm pretty sure the sub-tank is around here somewhere. Yep. Oh, weapon tank or whatever. That's still useful. No, stop. What are you doing? Would you go away, this stupid weapon? I hate... There's some weird interface stuff with this game that I don't really like. Fixed Legacy Collection how? I haven't really noticed any problems with it. Aside from the enormous problem of, like, when you're remapping buttons, you can't use ZL and ZR. Like, that's kind of a big deal to me. It's the only thing that's really stuck out to me is, like, what the hell is this? Multiple save files would have been kind of nice, I guess, but... Yeah, like, Google a picture of Astro Boy, and then Google the... when Mega Man has his helmet off in the Smash reveal trailer, and tell me that those look the same. Astro Boy has, like, 3 specific horns, and Mega Man is, like, just kind of hair. There's kind of a girl Mega Man. Sort of. In Mega Man ZX, you can pick to play as a male or a female. That's kind of the closest it gets. But even then, they don't really care. They don't really call those characters Mega Man, so I'd say that kind of doesn't apply. Didn't I switch to my freaking weapon? How am I missing? Are you serious? What's going on right now? Oh, so there are problems with X7? That's X7, though. To be fair. It's a completely, like, broken, non-functional game. As long as the... Like, I kind of expect that to be broken. As long as it's stuff that was already a problem with the original game, like, I'm almost cool with it in a morbid kind of way. Because it's authentic. I mean, as long as they're good ports, you know? And I think for the most part they are. From what I've seen in Collection 1 at least. I haven't bought 2 yet, and I'm still not sure if I'm going to. I might, because... At first people weren't really watching a lot of this, and people definitely didn't watch me play Classic for some reason. But this has been improving, so I may pick up the second collection at some point. Oh my god, would you stop? I think a lot of X7 is bad. Now that's kind of unfair of me to say because I haven't played it myself. Like, I think I played it on like an emulator once, like, but I didn't like get far. I just kind of screwed around for like 20 minutes and then said this is crap and moved on with my life. So I don't know, there might be some redeeming features in there. if I get Collection 2, I will definitely try to keep an open mind with it. Hey Marco, how's it going? Oh yeah, I'm sure porting them has caused the load times to be like a lot faster. Even this, I can tell the load times are a little different. So, Mighty Number 9 is a result of one of... It's the developer that's, like, credited to creating Mega Man, as being, like, the father of Mega Man or whatever. He left Capcom and made his own company, and then decided to do that Kickstarter to make, like, the new Mega Man, because Capcom wasn't doing it. And, he kind of dropped the ball. I should play that game on stream at some point, too. I just missed the heart tank, so I think I want to off myself so I can get that. I don't know, I think Mighty Number 9 still had some redeeming qualities, too. There weren't many. In general, I think the game just had a very troubled development cycle. And to some extent, what can you do about stuff like that, so... Like, sometimes games just aren't meant to be made, if that makes sense. I mean, I understand... Like, Mega Man and Astro Boy are pretty similar. Like, I don't, like... At first glance, they are, but, like mechanically, with the things they can do. But visually, not really. They have similar proportions, but... I did it again. I want the heart tank. I'm actually... I should probably boot up my Wii U, like, tonight and download that Mighty Number 9, actually. Because I think I got rid of it after I finished playing it. It was just so unmemorable that I was like, yeah, okay. That's enough. Alright, Heart Tank. I believe the other sub-tank is in this stage too, but it's not until this next portion. I pressed jump. Fuck you. Keep it up. Keep it up. I cannot complain. Last night's stream was a lot of fun, and that was because it was like 6 hours of Mega Man. What can I complain about? And then today I got up and I was like, you know what? I need to get back into it. Even though I feel bad that I have so many playthroughs going that I've, like, haven't touched in weeks. Like, I don't know, this is what I was, like, feeling like doing the most, so... Mega Man is ambidextrous, actually. You can even see that in Smash. That, like, he can turn both of his arms into cannons. Like, yeah, he's ambidextrous. I don't believe he has a dominant hand. Well, that was dumb. There's probably some media where they mistakenly always make him, like, one or the other, but I'm fairly certain that either hand can be dominant for him. I'm trying to look out for where this tank is. Well, it's right there, of course. Yeah, Mega Man has a wider variety of weapons, but Astro Boy can fly, which is pretty cool. Get lost. Dick. Not in the mood for yo shit. Hey, Goldfish, how's it going? I missed it. And I accidentally, like, finished the stage. So I'm gonna have to come back for that. Samus probably would. Honestly. She's a highly trained fighter, and she would probably do thorough research about him to know how to fight him. I'm actually kind of disappointed that Mega Man doesn't take people's abilities in Smash Brothers. Like, I thought that would have been pretty cool if he got, like, a weapon inspired by every character. Like, not necessarily taking the exact ability like Kirby does, but having weapons that were inspired by them. I thought that would have been pretty cool, but... lost. I'm thinking about doing a Buster-only run of this at some point, too, because I mentioned last night, a lot of these bosses are definitely pattern of inevitable defeat. Like, I really don't have to try here. Like, I can just keep doing this, and he done. Hey, Funk, how's it going? Well, I probably shouldn't call attention to it and jinx it, but YouTube says we have 10 watching right now, which is pretty awesome. If you haven't yet, be sure to hit like, because 10 people, 10 likes, that would mean everybody gets some pixels to play with. Have you played Mega Man knockoffs? What do you mean? I'm gonna go ahead and finish, like, the last Maverick. Yeah, now it says 8. It bounces around a lot. I don't think YouTube, like... I think it only updates once every couple minutes, so it's definitely not, like, a real-time count. Do you mean, like, fan games? In which case, no, not really. Hey, gamer boy, how's it going? Basically heading straight to Slash Beast here because I need his weapon to get the armor upgrades, so... Figure I'll just do that, and then I can do all the backtracking in one pass. Man, I'm getting into all sorts of chat kills problems right now. Man, like, they're very generous with health drops in this game. Especially compared to X3, where they, like, never give you health drops. Like, look at all these health drops. Like, maybe I should have gone and get the sub-tank, just because I could have been working on filling it up. to like the stream so we can get some pixels to throw away after failing at gambling. Oh wait, that only happens to me. Blue, relax. I see. Oh yeah, I guess hit the bell too. I still am not totally sure what the bell does. Because as far as I knew, I thought YouTube was supposed to give you notifications on its own. Now I'm hearing that you have to hit the bell to get notifications. I don't know. I'm tempted to let the like count climb a little bit higher, actually, because yesterday it got to 10, I gave out pixels, and then it dropped. So... what was I gonna say? If you made it... If I made a Mega Man game, what would I change? I don't know. That is a solid question. I don't think it's so much, and here we are up to 11, so yeah, here, pixels. Have all the pixels. Not all the pixels, but some pixels. That's a complicated question, because I think it would be more so like, I would take multiple things from multiple Mega Man games and kind of like create an amalgamation of all of them. I can't immediately think of anything where I'm like, well, this would be a cool idea that they've never done before. More female robot masters, maybe? Like, there's not enough of those. And hey, Dan, how's it going? You're actually up pretty early tonight. Which could be a bad thing, because that might mean you've been up all day. Yep, there's only been the one female master. Now, in some of the other games, there have been female bosses, so I guess it's worth pointing that out, but Classic and X are, like, both, like, ridiculously low on female characters. Speaking of which, I don't remember who it was, but somebody asked earlier who the lady on the left is. You'll find out more about her when I do Zero's playthrough. Oh, did Blue finally win some pixels? I feel like somebody else said something that I wanted to address and I kind of slipped and forgot. Oh, favorite master. That's like... I don't think I could ever narrow that down. There's 80 of them. 80 some. I have a hard enough time narrowing them down on like favorite per game. And there's so many different things to think about there, because there's like... There's bosses I like in design. There's like visual design. There's bosses I like in terms of fighting them. There's bosses I like because their stages are fun. There's bosses I like because they have cool music in their stage. Like there's like that's too difficult to narrow down for me. Destroy this for funsies. Because we be indestructible. Well, that was dumb. I thought I was gonna have more, like, trajectory coming off of that for some reason. Do I like ocean diving? That is so tremendously specific. I've never been ocean diving. But other hobbies, I mean, you already know that I do a lot of drawing stuff. I do sometimes have like phases of like being really into just watching a bunch of different types of movies. I don't know if I'd call that a hobby because it is so like I'm selective about like when I'll do it. Like it's not something that I do like every day. It's not like I'm always sitting down to watch another movie. But sometimes that's all I want to do is I just want to boot up Netflix and just watch as many movies as I can. But I don't know, like video games and being an artist are like full-time hobbies already, so who has time for anything else, to be honest? Alright, Wally, take it easy. Thanks for stopping in for a bit. You guys ready to see like the next latest and greatest pattern of inevitable defeat? He's so intense, yet he's so easily defeated. See, I definitely think... I think when I do a run of this with the ultimate armor, I'm gonna do that Buster only. Because then I'm gonna have that ridiculous moonshot anyway. And that's honestly gonna be enough. What? Man, like, nobody was live when I started streaming, and now I'm seeing, like, a whole bunch of notifications, like, so-and-so's live. The chat is lingering for you? What do you mean? Alright, so I have to go get the sub-tank, and I have to go get the armor upgrade. I think we have a cinematic first? No, not yet. Alright, let's go get the armor first. I love to draw. I'm thinking of drawing Paper Mario characters and making a YouTube series of it, also including a paper version. How do you mean making a series of it? Like just like videos of doing the artwork? I used to do a bunch of those. I should try to start doing those again. Because I know that I've pulled in a bunch of viewers that are like also into drawing stuff, so I imagine they'd be interested in seeing that sort of stuff. Like I should do the videos for like the guys I do to put in the corner of the stream. Five pixels. Sometimes I want to change it so that a 50 or higher is a win, but like I feel like pixel amounts are already like super high, so damn it. Should there be a master where it adapts to what you're doing, evolving everything? There are some masters that have patterns like that, where they react to, like, what you're doing. The Mavericks in this game are not a good example of Mega Man bosses, honestly. Because they're very much, like I said, pattern of inevitable defeat. They like, once you hit them with their weakness weapon, they just kind of stand there and take it. I don't know how you would ever figure out that you have to use this specific weapon for this. Gimme. Oh, you can do the Nova Strike without the ultimate armor. I don't think I knew that. Woo! Huh. Neat. Well, I'm gonna have to, like, try and get a kill with that with the Nova Strike at some point. Because that is an achievement. Why does start not work? Go. There. Thank you. Welcome back, Goldfish. Okay, so I need the other sub-tank. There are Mega Man RPG games, yes. Although the big one isn't a turn-based like that. There's a Mega Man X RPG, though, that is turn-based. I wish they would have included it on this collection, because it was actually a pretty solid game. Stingray. Let's go get that, Go get that sub-tank. I would love to play Mega Man X Command Mission. That's the RPG. But, like, I'd have to track down a copy, which is probably not very easy. I don't really have a lot of used game stores around here, which is the problem. Otherwise, Battle Network and Star Force are RPG games, but they're action RPGs with, like, card collecting elements. They're really weird, like, hybrids of genres. I really like them, and I think it would be fun to do those on stream at some point. I'd have to buy them all, though. That's the thing. They are all on Virtual Console, though, so... I'm hoping they release a collection of those games, though. Because unfortunately the later ones started doing the Pokemon thing, where there was, like, 2 versions of every game. So I wouldn't want to buy them on Virtual Console, because I would effectively have to buy a bunch of the games twice. Like, just for the sake of having the options. Man, I'm starting to get hungry already. I was kind of hoping that I'd hold out a little bit longer than this. It's only been about an hour. There we go. That, like, always happens. If you mistime that dash through there to get that tank, I feel like that's a pretty regular thing, that you land in such a way that you, like, couldn't possibly survive. Now, let's see. I still don't want to go onto the fortress just yet. I'm trying to think of where I can pick up a lot of health drops. Because I want to fill up these sub-tanks. I was getting a lot of health drops here. Let's do that. That works. Because I think there's an achievement to have, like, every single upgrade and your sub-tanks are all full, like a fully powered upgrade, or a fully powered achievement. Something else I have to do, really quick. Perhaps randomly, there's an achievement to fire off every charged special weapon in, like, within one playthrough. Which seems kind of random. Pew pew! Okay. There's that. Man, you guys almost have that jackpot up to 5 digits. So now all of a sudden Blue wants to win Pixels. Close enough. So long ways to go. Dick. That works. Are you serious right now? Ooh, that's just what I needed. Thank you. So this puts me in a... Fuck you. To say that puts me in a good position because now I have full health and I have the ride armor, therefore I can't take damage. So as long as I keep full health, all drops I get go directly into sub-tanks. Back to it now, so it's still good. Bye. I could probably just find like a really easy part of the stage and farm like the same enemies over and over again, honestly. The drop rate seems really generous in this game. If I can get back up to full health, I think there's a... Oh, damn it, because I walk right in there. Yeah, there's a thing here. If I could get back up to full health. Nice. Ooh, really close. Seems like as a good place as any. Okay, now I actually need weapon energy. Now they're not behaving. Like, now they're not dropping anything. So there must still be a diminishing return on drops. Now I want to see, like... So now if Blue ever puts a currency on her streams, is the currency gonna be children? Because that would be, like, a little fucked up, I think. Especially out of context. That would be terrible. Alright, let's carry on, I guess. Finish this game up. Yeah, I think biscuits would be better. X, how did you fall off of the platform there? I didn't realize I had gone that far. So, I must also need full lives or something to get this achievement. Yeah, jackpot's up to 5 digits now. Oh, did you? I don't think I saw that. It gets... See, this is why I say I don't really want to have more mini-games in chat. Because, like, it gets really hard to parse chat at this point. when I start, when a lot of it is just like Master Hand spamming roll stuff. How many pixels do I have? $18K. I feel like that's not a lot. Woo! Oops. No, it's just Master Hand.
Show me what you've got.
No, you. He's faster now. Now I don't have the broken Buster to beat him with, so... Whoa, okay, dick. I don't really know what to... Like, a lot of these Fortress stages, the bosses don't have weaknesses, as far as I know. At least not in the sense of the way that the Mavericks do, where they have, like, the pattern of inevitable defeat. They certainly don't have those. Let's just start smacking him with shit and see what happens. How does that sound? I mean, he's very predictable. He always goes to the center like this. Okay, that's not doing anything to him. That hits him, at least. Oh, I don't know how much damage it did, because I wasn't paying attention. Nothing. 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 Come on, hit him. Just want to know if he's weak to it. Yeah, no. Let's wait for him to go in the middle instead of trying to force it. Yeah, nothing. So it's basically Frost Tower. Is that what it's called? Which is like not super easy to hit with. Because of that. Well, there's a mostly free hit, I guess. That's kind of a pattern of inevitable defeat. I could really just stay up here now and wait for him to come at me. Whoops, wrong button. Still not totally used to like how I have the controls set up here. Hey Anarchy, how's it going? Sorry that I missed you while I was throwing every weapon I had at that guy to try and figure out what his weakness is. You actually like X6? I've never cared for it. I should give it a legitimate chance at some point, though, because I kind of never have. I definitely love X4. This is a really solid game. Maybe a little too easy, but... But yeah, I have the GameCube collection, which has X1 through X6, and like, yeah, I didn't really ever... I never cared enough for X6 to actually try to finish it. So clearly if I buy the second collection here, I'm gonna be be putting in a sincere effort there. Oh no, I'm not one to go around spoiling weaknesses for people. I feel like it's gonna be faster and more entertaining to use my Buster against this guy. This is gonna be very waiting for him to come underneath me so that I can drop it on him. I mean, I guess I could be doing both because this game lets you do that. It doesn't even really do a lot of damage. See, I remember so little about X6 that I'm not even completely sure of what you're talking about, to be totally honest. I don't remember a Nightmare system. Did that really not hit him? What, like, for a giant chunk of ice, this thing has a horrible hitbox. That was dumb. That'll do. I shouldn't have wasted that. Well, I quote-unquote wasted, because I have all the upgrades. I technically can't. Does it toss all of my charge shots every time I use a master weapon? That is tedious. Yeah, it does. It's awful. Damn it. Stop being a jerk. Oh, that sounds pretty brutal. It's an interesting mechanic, though. I'll give it that. Ha! Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I feel like the chances of me picking up the second collection are, like, gradually increasing. At first, I was kind of against it, solely because, like, these 4 games are so good, so I was like, well, that's a no-brainer. The other 4 I know have, like, a mixed track record, so I was kind of unsure on it. And when I was playing the Classic Legacy Collection, like, nobody was watching me play that. Like, I think, like, one night I had, like, a really good stream with it, but, like, every other night there was nobody watching. So I figured the same thing was going to happen here, so I wasn't ready to commit to getting both collections.
Oh, not again. Hey, watch it.
Yay, cinematic.
I'm terribly sorry.
It's me. Those hunters must not be allowed in here. Terminate them.
Roger. What a freak.
Hey, Double, what's the matter?
Mr. X, please respond.
What happened? Report.
Nothing to worry about.
No further transmissions unless necessary to carry out the operation.
Understood.
I'm breaking contact.
And now, X will be my next target.
See, a double bad. He's kind of an easy boss, though, so whatever. Where was I? Nothing happened to him. He's just bad. He was a, double agent. God, I missed that freaking ridiculous moonshot. I'm gonna be totally honest. Anyway, yeah, if these streams have been going pretty well, so I think the chance of me picking up the second collection is pretty good at this point. I have played X5 to a fair amount. I think that's like also it's not X4 good, but it's all right. It's playable. And then X6 I know very little about. X7 I know very little about. X8 I played back when it came out on PC, but like that was a while ago and I don't really remember much of it, so that's also I don't know much about it. So I think it will be like those will be kind of close to blind playthroughs, which I think will be pretty interesting. Perhaps frustrating in some ways, but perhaps also interesting. I also don't know what this guy's weak to. So part of the problem with that moonshot is like using that back in the day, I had no reason to ever find out what anything is weak to because I could just use the freaking overpowered Buster Shot to power through everything. Also, it sounds like he's saying Beaver Slash. Pretty sure it's Evil Slash, but it sounds like Beaver Slash. I'm doing very bad. Very bad. Very, very bad. I'm gonna let this death happen and start messing around with... Well, normal shots just bounce off of him. Beaver Slash. Yeah, I always thought it was well, I didn't think it was Beaver Slash, I just thought it sounded like it. Because clearly, that's not what the attack's actually gonna be called. Because why would it?
You're gonna get hurt, X.
Alright, well, not that. At least they make it kind of easy because, like, most weapons just bounce off. You don't even have to question, like, damage levels because they just bounce off. You can just be like, okay, that doesn't work, moving on. It better not be aiming laser. No. There it is. But that makes him use a new attack? What is this? I've never seen this before. What the actual fuck? This might actually make him harder. What the hell? Like, what the hell is this? What kind of weakness is this? It could be Cleaver Smash. That's possible. I feel like it's probably just evil, but... And yeah, what the hell was that? So using the weakness here is, like, actually a really bad thing, I guess.
I'm gonna recycle you.
That was a good one. Threatening. This is gonna take a while, but it's way safer. It's done. Ooh. Damn it. Bye. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Evil Slash makes the most sense, but if it will always be, for me, Beaver Slash. Honestly, it's cheap. Like this sounds kind of racist, but like we're being real. I'm just being real here. This is cheap 90s voice acting. There's a high chance that it was a Japanese actor, and that's why it sounds kind of like unclear. Because they might not have fully known how to pronounce what it was that they were being asked to say. Hey Paul, how's it going? So this stage actually has two paths. I'm just gonna take this one though. Screw it. It's with the spikes. Seems uncalled for. Wow, I screwed that up. Go away. Thank you. Oh, the red guy. Who's the... I know who you're talking about. I don't remember the names of any of those characters. I'm doing pretty okay, Paul. I overslept again because I suck at keeping a schedule, but... Well, I also slept like shit is the bigger reason. Speaking of big reasons...
Show me your true power.
I don't know what this guy's weakness is either, but I bet it's gonna make him harder, because, like, what the hell with this game? Wow, that does, like, no damage. Okay, so... Here we go. Nothing. Yeah, I swear, the moonshot just makes this game so easy. It's not necessarily what I wanted to do. It's just damage boost for me. Okay. Softy Paul. It's not a new one. like most of these weapons are going to be a total nightmare to even hit him with.
It was our destiny to fight.
No, it wasn't. Shut up. You're dumb. Oh, now you're going to come play nice. Well, it seems like his hitbox isn't as big as it looks. It's a bonus. Well, until that happens. That didn't hit him, so... I'm gonna bank on this. There it is. That's actually not hard to hit him with either. I'll take it. Welcome change of pace, because this boss is kind of stupid. Even trying to approach him through all that mess is just like a bad idea. Now he's gonna do it again, because fuck him. Alright, Anarchy, thanks for stopping in. And enjoy your pizza. I would be tempted to order some pizza, but I'm pretty sure the local place is still closed for, like, July vacation. I'm getting my ass kicked here. This is bad. I might have to go on a tank filling run. Why did that not work? Blah, 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 blah. At this point, I don't think X knows that Sigma is, like, involved at all. Well, it sounded kind of racist because I was basically saying that since they can't pronounce L's, that's what makes it sound so difficult to, like, what exactly are they saying? I don't know, I feel like some people could take offense to that. That's why I was decided to be careful about it. I think I need to go farm some life. I'm not really sure where a good place to do that would be, though. They're great because I've beaten them all already. Also, it is 10:30, and even if the local pizza place wasn't closed, they'd probably be closed by this hour. I have a feeling that achievement is to also have 9 lives, which might suck. I might have to farm that off stream, because I'm pretty sure you guys wouldn't want to see me, like, run this level over and over again to get lives. I think that kind of sounds terrible, so... I mean, I still am going to run it a few times because I want to try and get my tanks full. Yeah, or even, like, accents. Like, I couldn't do voice acting for a British character because I don't have a British accent for shit. And I can't even, like, fake one. I could try and it would sound terrible. I don't know if there's any reason to go to the second part of the stage here. I think it might be faster to do that first section and then leave. Especially because I'm probably just going to lose a bunch of health fighting this thing. Come to think of it, I think there's only 3 fortress stages in this game. I think I can just kind of carry on. If I remember correctly, this game is good about like giving you what you need to fill your tanks back up before like the final gauntlet. And yeah, Paul, I get what you're saying. I sometimes am too careful with my words because people are soft and I'm worried that they're gonna be upset. Yeah, see, like, look, free sub-tank village. Now the life grinding is definitely something I'm gonna have to do off stream. If that is in fact what I need to do, we'll find out. We're gonna go right to left on this one. I'm just gonna screw these guys up with their weaknesses. The Buster only run is later. Now these are the boss rematches, then it's final boss, yes. Which if you guys haven't noticed, I should let this guy fight for a bit. Because, yeah, he has the Hadoken and the Shoryuken. He's not using the Shoryuken for some reason. Now I'm getting my ass kicked because I'm letting him play around too much. Also, I feel like health power-ups even, like, give you more health in this game. Like, I think... I still think this is a really well put-together game, but, I think it's just... They made a few tweaks that I think make it a little bit too easy. Hello? I'm pretty sure I hit the trigger before you hit me, but okay. Good fun. You and your stupid beret, too. Pretty sure they all wear berets, actually, but it's kind of, like, especially noticeable on him. Should be really trying to take less damage so that I can fill my health up and then fill my tanks up. Half Day Hero. Yeah, I changed the ranks a couple streams ago. I didn't change them. I kinda... Well, I retitled some of them. I deleted a lot of them, so there's only like... I think there's 9 ranks now, compared to before where there was like 30-some. Like, there were way too many. So I trimmed to the fat a lot. Yeah, half day is 12 hours worth. Or more. Because it says 19 hours? So you're 4 away from One Day Wonder. It shouldn't... Well, no, it definitely didn't set ranks. It's just there's less ranks now, is the thing. I thought there were just way too many, and it probably made things confusing, so... That and its preparation for the whole, for multiplayer games, because, like, I'm basically gonna start saying, like, if there's too many people that want to play a game, would you stop? What the hell is he doing? Yeah, for multiplayer games in the future, if there's a bunch of people that want to play, I'm gonna have to start saying, like, you have to be a certain rank to be able to play. And I decided that I think 12 hours is, like, a solid milestone for that. I still question if it's a little high, but new viewers that have, like, been around, like, consistently hit 12 hours pretty fast. No, that would be like half stream. No, half a day means half a day, 12 hours. Which is like 3 streams. But yeah, since I wanted to eventually do that and be like, well, you gotta have like this many hours to play online, because my concern is that, like, when Smash comes out, for example, or even if I start playing Paladins on stream, which I think I might try this week, I don't want regulars to feel like they're getting benched when they've been watching for weeks for, like, some new guy that, like, just came in and asked if he could play. So that's why I'm creating that limitation there. And due to saying... I want to be able to simplify it and basically just say, like, you can't be a newcomer. Like, you have to have the first rank, which is Half Day Hero. So I eliminated the ranks for 4 hours and 8 hours, and now it just goes straight to 12. It goes to 24, and then it goes to 7 days worth or a week's worth, and then it's half a month, and then it climbs up, like, way higher than it needs to, because I'm kind of, like, future-proofing. Because realistically, it's going to take years of my actual streaming for anybody to be able to reach, like, a year worth of watch time. But I'm not expecting anybody to actually get that many watch hours. like I said, it's more so just math, future-proofing. And you typoed funk. That's why it didn't register. But yeah, like I said before, there were like 30-some ranks, and I felt like that was just overkill and confusing. And it was hard coming up with good names for all of them, so now that there's only 9, it's a little bit easier for me to be like, hey, these are all good titles. I think what I might do, if it comes to this, I think if I game over on the final boss, then I'm gonna respawn with 4 lives. So when that happens, I think I'll actually leave and then go do the life farming, because then I'm only gonna have to get 5 lives, and it won't take that long. Although I might even take that further and, like, completely leave the game and check to see if that's what the achievement wants me to do. Because I'm just assuming that's what I'm doing wrong, is that I don't have enough lives. Got him without taking damage, so that was nice. I also did Mushroom without taking damage, I believe. Dumb. I don't know why you even need a weapon tank in this game, to be totally honest. Peacock? Yep, there he is. Yeah, he's not wearing a beret. I don't know. I think some of these Mavericks are, like, actual, like, Renegade Mavericks, and then others are part of Repliforce. I think it's, like, a little bit of both. Damn it. Yeah, this game isn't tremendously challenging. I think I'm gonna do another run with, like, some self-imposed challenges, because I really like this game, so I wanna play it more. X3 was a lot harder, and even then, I'm gonna do another run of that that's gonna have self-imposed challenges. Maybe that might even be tonight. I'm not totally sure on that. Because I'm going to have about an hour left by the time I beat this. And I'm probably going to go late again, maybe. I really want to put in a solid effort on streaming this week, because I have, like... Including tonight, I'm streaming for the next 5 nights. So I really want to make the most of it. Especially since last week, my schedule was kind of, like, not good. I took, like, 3 or 4 nights off or something ridiculous like that. Lightning jab? What's wrong with me? It's not. What are you doing? This does incredibly low damage. What on earth? That's better. Is it because I can rapid fire it, maybe? Yeah, it's because I can rapid fire it. You can cut his web? I didn't know that. I've never had that happen. Yeah, I think the appeal of this weapon is you can basically just spam it. Do 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 do. Unfortunately, if I game over and have to go fill my sub-tanks again, I'm probably going to have to beat all of those guys again, so that's not great. Hey, Sigma. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I think those might, like, give you an outright full tank when you pick them up. Unfortunately, it was only one tank, which kind of sucks.
Are you ready for your final journey?
I did it again. Get... Here! Here! I did that wrong. Went to the wrong side. There's 3 phases to this fight, so it's kind of nice that that one is so easy, because the other ones are not really quite so easy. There we go. Damn, I still had the timing off and took damage. That one's fairly easy too. Now, I don't know what the weakness for this next one is, actually. I've always just kind of forced my way through this one. Say maybe something like this, but that's going to be hard to hit some of the stages with.
Tremble with terror. You are finished.
Now we get to do the fun thing where he has 2 faces again. I don't know why he's such a fan of that. So I guess I should have warned that this boss is like kind of nightmare fuel. Oh, he's weird looking. This is very much an endurance fight though, so it might be okay actually. I mostly know how to like dodge his stuff. If I could figure out how to actually do some, like, massive damage to him, that would be kind of nice, but I don't think it's required. And I don't think, like, destroying these heads does anything. I think, like, whoa, boy. Okay, okay, that's fine. That did a lot of damage. That sucked. I kind of don't want to use my tank. Ow. I don't know though, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Even without knowing, like, what does a lot of damage to this guy, I feel like this is a pretty solid run. Like I said, it's very much a patience and endurance fight, I think. But maybe that's just because that's how I learned how to get through it. I don't know if you can destroy those. I'm pretty sure you can destroy the heads, but I don't know if it means anything. Let's put it that way. Well, that form is almost dead. Keep taking way too much damage on that. On the yellow one. Bye. Yeah, it does have 2 separate health meters too. So if you can destroy those, I think you might have to destroy them in, like, one go. I think they might recover their health. That's alright, Paul. At this point, I'm, like... It's kind of hard for me to read chat while fighting something like this anyway, so... Charge that shit. Good. This is what I wanted. I don't know how you'd fight this guy with 0. I guess we're gonna find out then. Blah 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 blah, I'm still gonna blow up the world because I'm Sigma. Here we go again with the sacrificing ourselves to save the world, to stop Sigma. He's not dead, you know? You're not achieving anything. I guess you're saving the world in this case at least, but in X3 that was literally like, I'm just gonna throw myself away to defeat Sigma, but it's like, he's a virus. It's not that easy. And now X is doing his whole, like... Oh, I've killed so many people.
This is Maverick Hunter headquarters.
0.
It's good to see you're safe, X. I was really worried about you.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry. It's all over. Go home and rest. You've earned it.
But 0. What if I become one of the Mavericks?
Don't ask such a silly question. I'm breaking contact now.
Wait, 0! I'm serious. 0. If I become a Maverick.
I can't even hear what he's saying.
Don't be ridiculous. Now hurry on back.
So that's half of Mega Man X4. As I said, it's a little bit more like streamlined of a game and like easier than especially X3. I still think it's really well put together though. And like most of these games, I don't think you can skip these. I think I'm gonna jump straight into the Zero playthrough. I don't think I'm gonna go back to X3 tonight. I think I'm gonna stick with X4. Unless I decide to go really, really late. Yeah, right, Blue? I'm pretty tired of summer. And we still have, like, one potentially hellacious month ahead of us. Today, especially, was really disgusting here. Like, it wasn't super hot, but it was, like, it was in that... in that range where it was hot enough for sleeping to not be comfortable, but it wasn't hot enough that the air conditioner was running all day. So it was just, like, gross and humid, like, all day. That's why I slept like shit. I can't decide if I want to do Zero or if I want to do X-Buster only with Ultimate Armor. I guess I should probably do Zero. I guess that makes sense. I'm not really looking forward to Zero. I think that's my hesitation there. I think it's going to be harder. But you bark a lot. You didn't have to watch her for too long, it looked like, at least. That was like, what, 2 days? I think the big thing... the thing that really sounds like it sucked was it said that you said that you had to keep her away from your own dog, and that sucks. Like, I'm sure it would be a lot more convenient if you didn't have to worry about that. The battle has ended, yet somehow X doesn't feel quite right. What caused all those robots to turn Maverick? Will it happen to me someday? Has X just realized his tragic destiny? It appears that X will have to solve this mystery one day soon. Oh yeah, and I got the achievement for beating all 4 games, so that's cool too. I got a bunch of stuff here. I don't even know what some of this stuff was, so... My god. Let's go check that out really quick. And then we'll come back. So, I did go back into X3, like I mentioned this at the start of the stream. I went back to X3 last night after I stopped streaming. I started a new file, and I worked up to the Fortress. So now I can do an X3 run of the Fortress without the gold armor and without Zero's saber. I also coordinated it so that Vile is not dead, and Bit and Bite are dead. So those Fortress bosses are going to be entirely different now. I'm going to fight a different boss in place of the monstrosity that Bit and Bite turn into, and I'm going to have to fight Vile again. So I did get the achievement for beating Vile without using special weapons. And then this is the one to beat the game without the Hyper Chip, which is the golden armor. This is the achievement just to complete all the games. Complete X4, obtain all 4 armor parts. Complete X's story, fire fully charged shots Using all of X's weapons in a single playthrough. Use Nova Strike to score the final hit against the boss. I did not do that. Complete Mega Man X4 as X without using the ultimate armor. Cool. Defeat Sigma Gunner and Earth Sigma in X4. That's the final bosses. And use a ride armor to score the final hit against Magma Dragoon. So I still have to do the Nova Strike. I have to complete Zero's story. I have to use all of Zero's special saber techniques in a single playthrough of X4. It shouldn't be a big deal. And then this one. Obtain the EX item, have max lives. That's what I was missing. Max energy, weapon energy, and full sub-tanks in X4. So I just have to get all the lives to get that one. I can probably just do that off stream. That's probably not worth doing on stream for people to watch. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to start a new X playthrough with the ultimate armor. I'm going to go fight the first boss, get the Nova Strike kill, save it. That's probably all I'm going to do there. And then I'll start Zeros. I think that's what I'm going to do here. Because then I can show off the ultimate armor, which looks pretty cool. And the regular armor can use the Nova Strike too, but I think you need full health or something, or you have to charge it up or something. I forget. The ultimate armor can just use it whenever the hell. I don't know the codes, though. I forget them. Let me check that quick. At the character... Oh, well, this is good. It's in PlayStation terminology. Press circle twice, left 6 times. Hold L1 and R2 until the game starts. That's not going to work also because I changed a bunch of the controls. So I'm going to change the controls back just so I can kind of keep track of what's what. Press the button too many times. Circle on... That would... A would be circle here, I think. Okay, these are actually already set back to default. That works. That is not 0. Or circle. That would have been circle on here, though. That's... Let me... Yeah, it's the B button instead of the 0 button. Circle button. I'm not going to risk it with changing controls because I don't want to screw it up. Hey Coulter, how's it going? Sorry, I have chat minimized because I'm trying to... I'm trying to get the ultimate armor code put in here. Okay, good. See how he's kind of purple? That's what I was looking for. Alright, let me reconfigure everything. Did I miss anything else? Okay, so... yeah. So we just beat X4 as X without the ultimate armor. And even without the moonshot, because I felt like giving everything a fighting chance. Now my controls are all screwed up, though. I can probably change the controls in game, though. Let's investigate that quick. Haha! Right. Dash, Giga Attack. Weapon select right, weapon select L. Good shit. So now I'm starting a new X playthrough. I'm going to use the ultimate armor, and I'm not going to use any Maverick weapons. I'm just going to... so it's basically going to be Buster only, but I'm also going to have the advantage of the armor. But I'm only going to get the armor and go defeat a boss with the Giga attack, and then I'm going to stop and start a zero playthrough. I don't know if I'll finish Zero tonight. Kinda want to say not, but I suppose it's possible. Which I guess, worth pointing out, the reason I'm going for a Giga Strike kill is because it's an achievement. And I did have it with the regular armor, but I think there are, like, more limitations for how you can use it with the regular armor, and by the time I got it, I already had all the Mavericks defeated, and I completely forgot about doing it during the rematches. Hey JMT, how's it going? So the fun with the ultimate armor is that you only have to go get one armor capsule, upgrade capsule, and then you just get the entire set of armor. It makes the game pretty easy, which is why I wasn't using it the first time, because I suspected that there was an achievement for beating the game without it. So we're gonna put you right here. Hi, Double. I am 100% sure that you're there's no way that you could be up to no good. And it's especially kind of broken because, as you guys might have seen last night, the capsule for the leg upgrade is like in plain sight. Like it's incredibly easy to get. So it's like not even super challenging to get the ultimate armor. Like if you had to like get to where the Buster upgrade is or like the helmet, that would actually be like semi-difficult. But no, you can just come here and here you go. Fancy. And I have a giant-ass moonshot again, too, so that's also cool. Now everything can just die, die, die. Yeah, Funk, but she's dog-sitting a tiny little Shih Tzu. So... This is like definitely like speed run mode. You don't have to care to stop for anything. It's just no, get out of the way. I have like 0 health, but I don't care. Ultimate armor, baby. And then Zero has one too, but I don't think his actually does anything. It just gives him black armor instead of red armor. Which I don't think I'm going to use. I think I like red better. You've gotten good with Ness and Smash. I don't remember if I was any good with him in 4. I feel like I was, but it's been so long since I've touched 4 that who knows. One more hit, and then we're gonna go for the boom. Which looked really underwhelming since it totally canceled the animation as soon as I hit Web Spider, but there it is. didn't want to do that. I wanted to return to the title. It's alright. Okay, Zero. Zero is going to be interesting because he doesn't have a boss order. Like, he kind of does. Some bosses have weaknesses, but others don't. Make sure my buttons are set up correctly. Dash. Giga. Boop, boop.
Who are you?
After him. He is my nemesis. Our rivalry is what gives me motivation in life. Now go. Destroy him. That's an order.
But wait!
Emergency, all Maverick hunters on call should assemble immediately.
Same dream. Again.
All Maverick hunters on call should assemble immediately.
So as you might have already noticed, he doesn't have a buster. He has a sword. I think we might go for Magma Dragoon first. Because I remember the technique you get from him, because like you get like sword techniques instead of weapons as Zero. I seem to remember that's like really effective against a bunch of different bosses. That's like kind of the only one I remember. And since I can take the ride armor in to fight Dragoon, he's like not terribly difficult. But yeah, like, some of these bosses don't even give you, like, weapons. Because he doesn't have armor upgrades either. I don't know if I've mentioned that. But he doesn't have, like, the upgrade capsules. I think if you go there, there's nothing there. So... like, one of the bosses gives you a double jump, for example. Another one gives you the air dash. So... it's a different type of play, for sure. I'm already remembering that his mid-air attack is, like, really good. Alright, Funk, take it easy. Yeah, it's getting kinda late-ish. But yeah, perhaps obviously, like, the biggest deal about Zero is that I'm gonna have to get close to everything to attack it. I think he might do slightly more damage with the sword. I'm noticing his air attack is, like, kind of the way to go, because it's very fast, whereas his ground attack kind of has a bunch of lag on it. You kind of have to stand still, and you can't you can't hit and run with it. With the jump attack, you can. Blah, blah, blah. My god, that was actually quite a lot of dialogue. We'll put you right here. I like that they give you so many save files in this. I think you could only have 3 before.
Brave soldiers of Repliforce, we have all been wrongfully judged as mavericks by the humans. We cannot suffer this indignity and live in disgrace. We will build our own nation of Reploids. But remember, this is neither about insurrection nor rebellion against our human creators. This is about our liberty and security. We must battle for our own individual rights and our own survival. Together we will build our nation, a sanctuary for all Reploids, our own utopia. Let us forge onward towards a new golden era for the Repliforce.
I too share the general sentiment. Take heed, we have no other choice. Let us fight valiantly, with courage and pride, without fear, for we are the Repliforce. The most powerful army in history!
Most powerful army in history, and 2 Maverick Hunters take you down.
Has finally taken action. And now, my Maverick Hunters, what will you do? I'll be watching closely from here on out.
Just gonna point that out right quick. Damn, the jackpot is up to 12,000. You guys are going at it tonight. Alright, like I said, I think we're going to start with Dragoon. Really quick, though, I am going to go get a drink, use the bathroom, basic break stuff like that, and then I'll settle into this. I do think I'm going to go late tonight. I think I'm getting to a point where I'm not even considering... midnight to be like my end time anymore, because since I usually start late, I usually wind up going late. So yeah, so don't go anywhere because it's not like I'm winding down at this point. All right, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, let's boogie. What do you guys think? Like, I say about the restriction on, oh, you can play a game with me on stream once you've reached 12 hours and have the rank of half-day hero or higher. Do you think that 12 hours is too much, or do you think that's a completely reasonable goal? Because I look at viewers like Cassidy who, like, you're relatively new here, but you're already up to 17 hours. Like, that didn't take you long to pass that 12-hour mark. Especially considering that it's not like multiplayer games are the only thing I own, or the only thing I play. I mean, I think the people that aren't gonna like it are gonna be the people that are going to come in and be like, "Hi, it's my first time here, can I play?" They're gonna be the ones that aren't gonna like it, but like, I typically want them to want to be in the stream and not just want people to play with. So, the rule is kind of being created with people like that in mind, so like, they're not supposed to like it. You know what I mean? It's to prevent the people that come in and they're just like, yo, 1v1 me, bro. Because that's not the type of people I want in the community. I want more people like you guys that are, like, interested in being here regardless of what I'm playing. Not only interested in being here for... I don't want to have people that, like, only come to the Smash streams. Because that happened with Splatoon, right? There were people that only came to Splatoon streams. They basically don't come to streams anymore because I don't play Splatoon anymore. Sometimes they would come to other streams just to complain that I wasn't playing Splatoon, and then they'd leave. And it's like, that's not necessarily the kind of community that I want to encourage here. See, like, there's a part of me that still thinks 12 hours is a little too high. Realistically, it's not gonna be a big problem because of, like... Yeah, hacker... Like, I was already kind of just not super interested in Splatoon, and then hearing about the hackers was kind of what made me really say, like, enough with this game. I don't know. It's the broken explosion hitboxes that really screwed it for me. Like, that's really what made me say, like, this isn't fun anymore. Is when I was constantly getting killed by things that was, like, a mile away. That was really what the last straw was. But yeah, like, say tomorrow I stream Paladins. And I don't think any of you guys play Paladins yet. So, if a completely new viewer were to come in and want to play Paladins, chances are I would still let them play, because I wouldn't have a long list of people waiting to play. So, if I'm sitting here playing by myself, you can fit up to 5 people in a party in Paladins, for starters. So if I'm sitting here playing by myself and somebody comes into the stream and wants to play, and they're the only one that wants to play, I'm not going to be like, well, you need 12 hours before you can play. I'm not going to be that cruel about it, because that doesn't make sense. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. But meanwhile, if, say, when Smash comes out, I do a Smash stream, and I have Blue wanting to play, and I have Cassidy wanting to play, and I have, let's say, JMT wanting to play. and then I have some new guy that comes into the stream, first time in the stream, and he's demanding to play. I don't want any of you guys who have been around for months at that point to feel like you're getting screwed for these new people that are coming in that have never watched the stream before. And then say a second Smash stream happens, and again, like, you three want to play, and we also have, like maybe Coulter wants to play, maybe, like, by then Raph has a Switch, he has Smash, he wants to play. And then again, I have this new guy from that first stream who hasn't come to any other streams, but he showed up to the next Smash stream wanting to play again, and I were to let him into the match over you guys. Like, I wouldn't be happy about that from a viewer perspective. I mean, on one hand, everybody deserves a chance, like, everybody deserves their turn, but I don't want it to ever be at that point where you feel like... People sometimes exaggerate and say, like, oh, when you get big, I hope you don't forget about us who have been here the whole time. And it's kind of that, I guess, a little bit. And yeah, that's another thing, Blue. I know that, like, most of my regulars are pretty generous in that regard, that you won't overstay your welcome, you'll leave and let other people play, because you were already doing that in Splatoon. But, so I'm very much speaking hypothetically here, just to give you guys an idea of, like, where my mind is at in regards to the whole system. He's so big you can't even read his biography on the screen. Like, that's... So now I can do that. Whee! But yeah, like I said, it's just... I'm not gonna be, like, super strict about it. Like I said, if I try to play Paladins tomorrow, and there's, like, one person that wants to play, and he happens to be a new viewer, I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, you have to prove your devotion and have enough hours first. Like, no, I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, okay, sure, hop on in. It's basically taking precautions for later. Now, if it starts getting really busy, I'll probably start doing that, honestly. Like, if I start having if I do a Paladin streams and there's 7 new people that all want to play, I'm probably going to have to start saying that. I'm probably going to have to start saying, well, okay, for now I'm just going to rotate you guys around, but eventually I'm going to start basing it on who actually comes to streams. Because I know that there are a lot of people that will ask to play, get into the match, and then they'll leave the stream. Like, they won't stick around. And it's like, I don't want to encourage that either. Like, ultimately, my goal here is to, like, be an entertainer, and I need that. I need the support of people actually being here to continue doing it. I can't just... Like, for lack of a better way of putting it, I'm here to entertain you guys, I'm not here to play with you guys, if that makes sense. So if they friend request me and then leave, they're effectively not doing me any favors. They're only doing themselves a favor. Now granted, there might be cases in the future where I set up, like, off-stream nights to play a game or something, but still... I hope I'm getting my point across of, like, where my mind is at, is all. I just noticed that that thing has a health meter. I don't know how I didn't mention that. Yeah, I know that, Blue, and I know that that you're that type of player, that I wouldn't have to worry about it with you, but I have to think ahead to what happens when I do have to worry about players like that. Because sadly, they are a thing. I've seen it in Fortnite streams, I've seen it in Splatoon streams, where people are like, oh, we're gonna do Salmon Run with viewers, and then, like, the same guy just keeps joining, like, every single match, and he's, like, not letting anyone else get in. And it's like, yeah, I have to prepare for stuff like that. Because the sad truth is that it will happen. I'd rather not, like, wait for it to happen and then deal with it. I don't know why Zero can even get a weapon tank. I think I mentioned that a little bit ago. I was thinking it a little bit ago, and now that I have it, I'm like, why do I need this? His weapons don't take energy. Yeah, I'm probably worrying about it a little bit too much. You're not wrong. But I also kind of want to start getting it in place now, because then people can get their hours in place. And know that, like, yeah, if you want to play something, you're going to have to come around for more than just that. And, then they can give the stream a shot in advance before it matters, if that makes sense. And yeah, that's another thing. If I'm trying to explain it to people and say, like, this is what I expect from you if you're gonna... Because, I mean, I've summed it up before as, like, I'm not looking for opponents, I'm looking for new, healthy members of the community. And, like, yeah, if they don't want to be a healthy member of the community, well, then I don't want you as an opponent. Like, why would I play with you if you weren't interested in... Again, the selfish way of putting it is, what's in it for me? There's some nice satisfying lag frames on that attack. Cassidy, what system is it on? You mean Paladins? I think that's available on, like, every console now. I think with the Switch release, it's now available on everything. Switch, PC, Xbox, PS4. Now, of course, I've heard people say that you can crossplay with other platforms. I honestly don't know how, because I can't find a way in-game to add friends. Like, it just goes off of your Switch friend list. So I don't understand how you would add people on another platform. You might be able to get, like, when you do matchmaking, you might be able to get matched up against other consoles, but that is probably it. Also, yeah, these all have, like, fun, non-translated names that I'm probably not going to be able to pronounce. Okay. I can probably do Cyber Peacock, because I'm pretty sure he's weak to this weapon. Jet Stingray is weak to this one. Honestly, if you're not much of a PC gamer, I could see that you'd never heard of Paladins. Even though it is on consoles, I feel like it's mostly PC where I've, like, actually heard of it being a thing. I certainly haven't heard much about it. The only reason I have heard about it, I think, is because of being a PC gamer, so it was at least on my radar. I gave it a chance once, like, a long time ago. And didn't really care for it, but, like, now that it's on Switch, I don't know, games being on Switch is, like, enough of a reason for me to give a game a second chance and sometimes wind up enjoying it. It's kind of funny. Because I think I played it, like, twice on PC, and I was like, eh, whatever. And then I moved on with my life. I think part of the fun with playing it on Switch was playing it with other streamers who have been playing it, which is... I think I need to give it a shot. I need to give streaming it a shot and see how it goes, because I think that could potentially be a lot of fun. And I can't just constantly wait for other streamers to be streaming it. I can address that problem myself. Because now I get kind of grumpy when I see a streamer streaming something else, because I'm like, when are we going to play Paladins again? So it's like, I get why viewers constantly come in to, into streams and ask, like, oh, why are you playing Splatoon again? Like, I get it, because they want people to play with, because it does, at times, make it a more fun experience. But yeah, I can resolve that problem myself by just streaming the game on my own, so... I might try that tomorrow. That might be what I do tomorrow. I want to get that sub-tank the first time through this time. Yeah, as a Nintendo player, I could understand why you'd never heard of it. There is a mobile Paladins, but it's like a different type of game, I think. I haven't looked into it. I don't know if it's any good. But even then, there's so much, like, to be blunt, there's so much crap on phone, like, on, like, the App Store or whatever. It's hard to sift through it all and actually find stuff that you're gonna like. Hey, and I actually made that jump. Nice. Now this might be like a slightly more dangerous fight now. Because I was able to kind of like jump up and hit him with the Frost Tower with X. Now I'm gonna have to like specifically get above him and do that. There we go. And that barely did any damage, and I took a ton of contact damage. Like, I feel like it's better to just do this. Because even when he's frozen, I take so much contact damage. That's insane. That is so unsafe. Sadly, I don't have anything in my sub-tank yet, so can't use that to bail myself out. That doesn't fill your tank completely, that sucks. Yeah, what are these things called? Ryu Engine. Ryu Engine? Ryu Engine? Ryu Engine? Hyoretsuzen. Goodness. Goodness. I'm fairly certain Ryu Engine sounds right because I'm pretty sure he has that move in Marvel vs. Capcom. And that sounds like what he says when he uses it. Yeah, that ice stab ability. That sounds good to me. Like, I feel like this is just safer. Until he decides to land like that, and then I can safely smack him with that. But it's like, it doesn't do enough damage for it to actually be a good idea. Sure, it interrupts his, like, his pattern, but that's not in a safe way. I mean, whatever, he's done. A lot of Zero bosses are going to be like this, to be honest. I got kind of lucky with, like, Frost Walrus that he behaved, and I was able to just kind of uppercut him into oblivion. But, most of the other ones aren't going to go that well. Hienkyaku! That one I heard him pronounce, so that's helpful. And I totally wasn't paying attention to, like, what it actually does. I think that's the air dash, so that's pretty cool. That's useful. Okay, so I have the heart tank there, and I have the sub tank. I have the heart tank there, and I have the weapon tank. I don't have the heart tank there. I might be able to get it now. I think I'm going to need the double jump for that one. I know this guy can be uppercutted, so I'm just gonna go with this route. Yeah, I don't even have very many games on my phone, and what are there, I don't really play. I do have Pokemon Go on there still, but, like, yeah, I haven't played that in months. Damn it. How do I go and screw up the first one? We're off to a good start. God, what else do I even have on there? I have the Sonic Forces runner. That's about it. If I remember correctly, though, since Zero doesn't get an upgrade here, I think they move his stuff around so that that first one actually doesn't give you anything. Ordinarily, the first one gives you the heart tank. Here, the second one gave me that. So I think failing the first one doesn't really matter. Crap. This is just too slow. Just too slow. So that's for the sub-tank. Whatever, though, I'll come back for it. Hey, Nintendo fan, welcome back. See, even this doesn't do a lot of damage. Again, it interrupts his pattern, but... You founded a fan. Oh, I expected that was on purpose. Raku Hoha. So I'm gonna go back for that. So, oh, I have to do the thing.
Colonel! What? I'm disappointed in you, Colonel. Ah!
What do you think you're doing?
It's not too late. Stop the coup now. Never. If that's your decision, prepare yourself!
Air conditioners aren't that tough to figure out. You could probably figure it out.
Stop, please! Brother, please! Don't you remember? Zero saved my life.
Is she British?
Very well then. I'll spare your life for now. But next
This is
time.
a very peculiar accent.
Zero, please, don't fight with my brother. If you do, I'm afraid that one of you may end up...
Someone must stop Repliforce.
Zero!
God damn, Zero. He mad. Hey, Ballin, how's it going? Yeah, I was gonna say that, Blue. Like, on the other hand, while I'm pretty sure you could figure it out, I'm pretty sure you'd also get in trouble. Hum, 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 hum. So I've already crushed through this game as X. So now I'm working on the Zero playthrough. I think I'm gonna do another X playthrough at some point as Buster only, because I love this game. So go down. I'll take that. Why are these things so hard to hit? Oh crap. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean, Blue. I don't think it's that she doesn't notice, it's probably that she doesn't care. To be blunt, older people tend to be very... Not even older people, because I've known people only like 10 years older than me that are very... Oh, we gotta save money, we can't use the air conditioner. It's like, are you kidding me? That's what it's made for. Like, come on. Some people just aren't as bothered by the heat, either. And I've found that typically people that aren't bothered by the heat are very inconsiderate towards people that are bothered by the heat. Like, they think you should just suck it up and, like, not... Like, what's the big deal? I only have 4 uses of this weapon, though, so I don't think I want to go too crazy with this. Decent amount of damage, but it's not gonna kill him. That's the problem. You can do it while he's up there, though. Yeah, she's probably just not used to that. Like you said, probably not used to that type of weather. I didn't notice that this weapon, like, recharges slowly over time. That's useful. Or it's recharging, like, as I do damage or something. I don't know. Why did that not hit him? Well, at least it recharges when you die, so... Does more damage if you can hit him with like a bunch of shots at once, but that's harder to do, of course. Yeah, I think it fills up as I deal damage. Got this lot of damage. Hello? This game is giving me the finger right now. Yeah, it's probably all you really can do. In your position, anyway. Sad truth is that, like, you're young enough that what the adults say goes, so... Even though you know that, like, I guess the right thing to do would be to turn on the air conditioner, like, your hands are kind of tied there. Yeah, like, that did decent damage, but, like, at what cost? Because I had to, like, trade hits to do it. I'm not gonna use that tank just yet. Yeah, if you can hit him with it real point blank, a bunch of it hits. But it's so dangerous. Like, Zero is just so not safe. Tenkuha! Oh, now I can, like, I can slice down projectiles. Continue. I think we're gonna go take out Spider because we can get the heart tank, so... JMT. I take it he's playing Odyssey again. Like, I feel bad because I know that, like, he's really excited about playing it. Like, he's really enjoying himself. And that's, like, it's the same reason why I'm playing more of this tonight, even though I played it last night, is because that's just what I wanted to do. The difference is that that's, like, over 50% of his content now, and a lot of people are probably going to take an issue with that. But it's tough, because, like, again, whenever people, like, ask for stream advice, whether it's here or I'm in another stream and they're asking for it, I usually say, you gotta do what you want to do, because you can't just constantly do what the viewers want. Like, for example, a couple nights ago I played Superstar Saga, because that's what people said they wanted to see, and, like, nobody came to watch it. So, like, why was I listening? Like, I could have been doing something that I really wanted to do instead of that. And again, that's why tonight I was like, no, I'm gonna play more Mega Man X, because that's what I want to do. So, like, I can't necessarily discourage him from doing that, but on the other hand, when it's to the point it's at now, his personal best for Moons is also getting so high that it takes longer than one stream to even catch up to try and get a new personal best. So, like, it's starting to become incompatible with streaming. And I've talked to him about that already, because I basically said, like, at this point to even catch up, it takes, like, the full 8 hours of streaming sometimes. Like, at that point, you're definitely going late every single night. And when you already stream 8 hours, that's rough. I think part of the problem, and I don't want to sound like I'm trash-talking Dan, because I'm not, and a lot of this stuff I've talked to him about, so it's not like it's something I haven't had the nerve to say to his face. Because a lot of it I have talked to him about. But, like, the other night I teased at one point that, quote, Dan only plays, like, 5 games. And it's like, that's clearly joking. But there's, like, a little bit of truth in there. He's so tremendously specific about what types of games he enjoys, and I think he might start having problems with that. Because he's gonna run out of games to play, to be blunt. Because there's so many games that he's just like, nah, I don't like that type of game. And it's like, that's fine to an extent, but you're gonna have people that are gonna get sick of watching the same game over and over again. Yeah, I know that you were just plain busy, Blue. I wasn't blaming anyone in particular. I don't think you were one of the ones that said, hey, play Superstar Saga either, so it's not really targeted, and I'm not even, like, upset about it or anything, but it was just a good example of, like, why you can't just constantly do what viewers want. That's why I didn't cave when a bunch of people were like, when are you gonna play Splatoon again? Because I was like... The night that I said I was going to play Splatoon and decided against playing it, none of those people asking for Splatoon showed up anyway, so I would have probably been playing it and upsetting myself for nothing, because they wouldn't have been there to watch it anyway. So, like, yeah, to a point, I'm like, you gotta play what you want to play, but also within reason. It's really no different than how I criticize Fortnite streamers. Like, you just can't stream Fortnite endlessly. Either you're gonna get sick of it, or your viewers are gonna get sick of it, and you're gonna be forced to adapt. Now, Dan does tend to alternate, so I don't think he's at that much of danger. Like, while he's playing it tonight, he probably won't play it again tomorrow, for example. But still, then there's a high chance that he might play it again on Wednesday. And if he doesn't, he's probably going to play it on Thursday. Like, you're pretty much guaranteed he's going to play it at least twice this week. And if you don't care for watching Odyssey, that puts you in a bad position. And yeah, Cassidy, it's like, not necessarily too much game, like, it's not even a gaming thing, it's just a life thing. There's too much of a good thing. Like, that it definitely is a thing. Like, even if you love something, if you play it enough, eventually you're gonna be like, well, it's enough of this. Crap. And then what's he gonna do? Like, the honest truth is that, like, he stopped playing Breath of the Wild to kind of, like, detox from it and, like, take a long break so that he'll be really refreshed when he gets back to it. But what happens if he hits a point where he's feeling that Breath of the Wild and Odyssey are both super stale? Like, then what's he gonna do? He didn't really care for Captain Toad too much. He's hating Twilight Princess. So at that point, he's either going to force himself to continue playing one of those two games, or he's going to force himself to play a game that he doesn't like. And then he's going to suffer from burnout in a hurry. Shouldn't be going for a double hit there. I don't think that's terribly productive. My cat's been doing that lately. She just loiters in the bathroom. I don't understand why. Anyway, going back. Going back to what Blue said, I don't really watch the game much, I just listen. I definitely do that. I'd say... Like, I say about how I often... Like 80% of the time I lurk. More accurately... What I'm actually doing is, like, I'm not watching the stream, I'm just listening and I'm contributing in chat when I feel like I have something to contribute. I don't really watch streams that much anymore. Sometimes I will, it really depends on what the game is, but it's usually there for the audio interaction. Which I think is still a fine thing. If people are watching my streams, like, just to have... like, for lack of a better way of putting it, to have company, like, I don't see a problem with that. Ah, jeez. It's so unsafe. Nope. Oh, well, that gave me invincibility frames. I got lucky there. I got lucky. But yeah, it's like... I couldn't stream, even though this game is 4 games in 1, I couldn't stream this game for like a week straight. First of all, I'd probably get sick of it. Like, after a while, I'd be like, I just need to play something else. And second of all, one of those streams is going to be very, very underwatched. And that's going to make me say, okay, people don't want to watch this. Like, I was okay with doing it again tonight, despite the fact that I played it yesterday, because yesterday's stream went really well. Tonight's stream has gone pretty well, too. The second stream I did of the X Collection did very poorly, so that's why I didn't play it for a while there. I waited I waited till I was like, I want to play this, and then that's what I did. Sometimes it's hard to tell, like, what's actually going to be successful, though. But yeah, like, my end point of my whole rant here is that, like, I see both sides of it. On one hand, I'm like, hey, stop playing the same game so much. On the other hand, I'm like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you gotta do, because that's better than, especially when you stream for 8 hours. Like, you don't want to be doing something you hate for 8 hours. That's, like, you're just gonna talk yourself into ending early at that point. So it's definitely a... I understand where JMT's coming from, but I also understand where Dan's coming from. Although I realize that part of it for JMT, too, is that he hasn't played Odyssey yet. And he wants to, like, remain unspoiled for when he plays it. So that causes a lot of frustration, too. Now, ultimately, like, there's only so much you can do about that. I was kind of dealing with that here, because Nintendo Fan was playing Superstar Saga, so I was like, well, I don't want to play through it too quickly, because I know he wants to watch, but he also doesn't want to be spoiled. So I kind of put off playing it for a little while. But I can't just put it off for forever until he catches up and passes me. Because what if he never does? Then I'm just putting off the playthrough for no reason. And for one viewer at that. So it's a tough balance. I guess my closing statement on the matter is that Dan knows that there are people that don't really want to watch it. I've told him that I've avoided watching streams before because it's been Odyssey. Like, I've willingly been like, no, I'm gonna go watch something else because it's Odyssey. Like, he knows that that's he knows that's a concern. But then a lot of that for me is that, like, I know I'm gonna be up all night. He's streaming for 8 hours, and, like, I know he's gonna be there when I get back, if that makes sense. I know I can go watch some other streams for a little while, and then when the other streams are done, then I can come back and watch him a bit, because he's still gonna be live. And I think he gets that, because he always talks about that too, about how, like, there's so many great streamers to watch and, like, never feels like there's enough time to watch all of them. Am I gonna fail at this? This is bad. Whew. I think my personal grief, not necessarily with Dan, but with all streamers, is like, there are some games that I don't care who's playing them, I'm not interested in watching them. And like I can't expect them all to fix that, but like I've had it up to here with Mario Odyssey. I could go if I could go a month without seeing anybody stream Mario Odyssey, I'd be perfectly happy. I'm sick of watching Breath of the Wild. I'm sick of watching Mario Maker. I'm sick of watching Fortnite. Even though I don't watch that much Fortnite, it's still like sometimes I'll go to streams and be like, Fortnite again? Like, give it a fucking break, would you? Like, it's I want to watch other things. There's so many games in the world. I just got Sonicked. But I try not to gripe about that too much, because again, I can't expect every streamer to just drop what they're doing and be like, oh, you're right, why don't I play what you want to watch? Because it doesn't work like that. Especially the streamers that, like, I don't hang out all the time, so... Like, I typically don't feel that way about Yort, for example, because I usually don't make much... I don't make as much time to hang out in his streams as I'd like to. So... if he wants to play Fortnite, that's fine. It's like, whatever. I'm probably not going to hang out for it anyway. But on the other hand, like, I'm planning to do a pretty big, like, Sonic marathon within the next couple months. I'm going to be annoyed if I'm doing that and having a blast and people start coming in and saying, God, more Sonic? Would you give it a break? So, like, again, I get both sides. I don't think there's a right or a wrong answer. Wanted to make sure the input on that was correct. Yeah, that was another reason why I stepped away from Splatoon, because Splatoon streams weren't doing very well. Splatoon is a really weird thing. I'm not sure what's going on with it. You see a lot of people coming into a lot of different streams and asking, when are you going to play Splatoon? Like, that's a very real request that you see very often. Despite that, I've talked to multiple streamers who have agreed that their Splatoon streams don't do well. So, it's confusing. Why are they not doing well if there's so many people that want to watch it? Or is it that people don't want to watch it, they want to play it? I fucked this up hard. But yeah, part of the reason I stopped playing Splatoon was because the streams weren't doing well. I wasn't having fun, which was probably contributing to the fact that the stream wasn't doing well. And then when the stream didn't do well, I was having less fun. Like, it was just domino effect. But I talk about, like, trying different things. And I think that's important from the stream perspective, too, of, yeah, experimenting, seeing, like, what streams what not only streams well, but what is, like, well, yeah, like, not only what, like, you have to weigh what are people watching, what are you having fun playing, what streams well in terms of, like, oh, I can play this game while talking to people because it gives me plenty of breaks to do so. Or is it a really intense game that doesn't give you a lot of breaks, that might not be good for streaming? Mario Tennis was one of those where I was like, this is too intense, I can't stop to look at chat, that's not good. It's not super compatible with streaming. That was weird. Yeah, Splatoon was definitely in a situation, in a... I guess situation is the right word. It was definitely to that point where I wasn't really having fun with it anymore, and then the streams weren't doing well, so I felt like even just sucking it up and doing it wasn't really benefiting. That's the double jump. So I think I'm gonna go back to Dragoon's stage to get that heart tank. I mean, you don't necessarily have to stream it either, Blue. That's something else. As some streamers, I think, feel like they have to stream everything, but you don't have to. Like, I haven't been streaming Paladins. That's been my off-stream game. So this gave me a double jump, and it gave me the, like, spinning saber slash thing. That's fun. Zero never gets any damn damage reduction. It really sucks. Gets a bigger health bar, but that's it. I'm kind of thinking about actually calling it quits soon here tonight. Usual stuff about, like, getting hungry and... I think I might try and beat all the Mavericks and get all the upgrades. And then call it quits. Maybe. Where was the sub-tank? Let's go ahead and finish Mavericks first. Then I'll go back for that. So yeah, I'll finish all the Mavericks, and then I'll backtrack for collectible stuff. And then I'll probably wrap it up with that, I think. I'll save the fortress for next time. All things considered, this hasn't been as frustrating of a run as I was expecting it to be. Maybe I can fill up my tanks while I'm here. Well, one tank. Yeah, you don't really want to, like... You don't really want to call viewers out for, like, not coming to streams unless they're, like, super demanding of you, because then it turns into, well, I'm like, you're so demanding yet you never come to streams, so what gives with that? Which was kind of where I was getting to with Splatoon, because people were like, hey, you should play Splatoon, but they never came to streams, so it's like, well, why should I listen to you? Because I have viewers that come to all of my streams. I'd rather listen to them. And I have a stream buddy that I know goes through the same things. I'm trying to get better about, like, not naming names here. Because I don't want it to sound gossipy, you know? But I have a stream buddy that has that problem with Fortnite, too. Like, people are constantly like, play Fortnite, play Fortnite, play Fortnite, but they don't come to streams unless it's Fortnite. So why would he listen to what they want when they don't come to streams unless it's what they want? Like, you want to give more focus to the people who are cool with just whatever. that want to hang out for you and not for the game, you know? So aggressive. And it's in such a place where like you have to deal with him potentially respawning if he pushes you too far back. It's really kind of dumb. But yeah, like anyone who comes around a lot, I'm typically like, if they can't make a stream, I just assume something came up. I don't take it personally. Like Blue, for example, when you can't make it to a stream, I just assume, well, life is happening. Like, I don't take that personally. Because when you are here, you're not super demanding about what's going on. Like, you seem like you just legitimately want to be here, so why would I complain when you can't make it? Because that would sound very call-outy. Now, if every time you were here, you were like, play Splatoon, play Fortnite, play Wind Waker, I would probably be like, yo, come to streams and then we'll talk. I feel like Zero's kind of fun, but then also not really. If that makes any sense. You have a friend in real life. She asked me to play Roblox. I don't mind it, so I play with her. If she leaves and asks, can you play quiz up until I don't like it. Yeah, it's annoying when you start a stream and people show up and they're just like, can you play this instead? It's like it's annoying isn't the right word. Like, it's kind of rude because like when I start a stream to play Mega Man X, if somebody comes in and they're like, can you play Captain Toad? What do you think my answer is gonna be? Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh sure, I'll stop playing right now and change this to a Captain Toad stream. That's never going to happen. No streamer ever is going to be like, oh yeah, sure, like, I'm sorry I picked the wrong game. They're all gonna be like, no, we're playing this game tonight, and I can play that game another time. So, like, it kind of comes off as rude because it's so... It makes it sound like you're expecting them to do only what you want. I might die. Whew. What else am I missing? Ballin saying I try my best to be here, but I've got too much adulting to do. Yeah, that's understandable. Like I said, I don't really hold it against anybody that they can't make it to streams, because I know I'm 32. Like, I know that there's other things to do. Like, so I don't really hold that against anyone at all. Now, like I said, I would hold it against them if every time they showed up they were like super demanding about what I play or not play. Then I would be like, you're giving contradictory views here. Okay, so I need to get... Yeah, let's get the sub-tank first. Yeah, I was talking to... I don't remember who I was talking to, but I said that, like, I feel like typically people who sponsor are typically going to want you to play whatever you want to play. They're not going to be like, oh, I'm only going to show up to watch this particular game. Because I think we are on the topic of, like, giving sponsors, like, priority seating, for lack of a better way of putting it, with, like, multiplayer games. But I was like, well, typically, I feel like sponsors are typically just going to want you to do what you want to do. Now, that's not necessarily always true, but I do typically prefer... I would prefer to have viewers like that, yes, that are here more so for... Like, it sounds greedy, but for me, and not for them. I've already fucked this one up, so I might as well just die. The viewers that are here because I know that they just like to hang out and they'll watch whatever I'm playing, they're the ones that mean more to me than, like, the people that only show up for certain games don't really mean a lot to me. Like, they do in regards to, like, well, they're still viewers, so they're still appreciated, but what? That has never caught me like that before, ever. Oh, Nintendo fans. So these this stage and these sections of this stage are basically speed runs. You have to get through in, like, a certain amount of time, and then if you get an S rank, you get upgrades. So the red thing is, like, tracking my speed. This is just a thing on this stage. That one always catches me too, and, like, with X that was never a problem. Still made it though. Yeah, you just get an extra life there. So I guess that's still important. That's why I keep, like, offing myself as soon as I fuck up, because I need to S rank that one to get the last sub-tank. It might be a bigger hitbox, it might have just been that I was rushing too much. I don't know. That kind of sounds like you were getting in trouble for staying up too late, Blue. When school's starting is going to be curious, because on one hand, I expected people to be more active during the summer, but that really hasn't been the case. Like, I think kids have actually been less active during the summer. That time I dashed right into it. That one was my fault. Zero just feels slower in general, too. Because didn't I, like, do this on the first try with X? Or, like, the second try? Despite the fact that he actually has a bit more mobility since he has the double jump and shit. Like, I feel like this is actually slower. These I have to attack, which I hate. Did I actually kill that one? I don't think I knew that was a thing. That one was nice and smooth. But yeah, for a while there I was like, oh, summer's gonna be like my time to shine, because they like all these kids are gonna have all this time to hang out and watch the stream like super late and stuff. That has not been the case. And if anything, I feel like viewer count has gone down. Alright, lastly, we're going to go get the EX thing in Walrus' stage. Ready. I mean, yeah, Blue, to be fair, you're kind of too young to be able to make decisions like that, because you still, like, school is incompatible with being a night owl, so, like, yeah, that's not gonna fly until you're older. And honestly, it would be kind of unresponsible of them, unresponsible, of them to say, yeah, sure, do what you want. So, I kind of get, I wouldn't say I'm on their side, but I understand where they're coming from, you know? I would, like, truthfully, I would be a bad parent, so I wouldn't necessarily listen to anything I have to say in regards to stuff like that. You can't double jump after that, okay? You can't use that in the air. Oh, okay, I just had to time my double jump better. It wasn't too bad. Escape, save. Okay, Zero has all of his stuff. So. Wow, I actually did hit 20 likes. Very nice. It's pretty cool considering it's like the end of the stream at this point. So, yeah, let's toss some pixels at everyone. Even if that like immediately drops to 19, who cares? That's a good number of likes for Mega Man X stream, honestly. Most of them have not been doing this well. I mean, yet like I said, yesterday's did really well, and I think the first one did really well. But yeah, this was a really good stream too. Even though it wasn't quite as long, it's not even been 4 hours yet. I actually don't recall you doing that, Nintendo fan. I just remember you popping in when I was playing Superstar Saga, and you were like, "Oh my god, I love these games." That's all I remember. Let me check to see who's live. I think I am gonna wrap it up. For tonight, but the next time I'll do Zero's end of the game for Zero, and then I'll probably go. I'll either do Buster only Ultimate Armor X run, or I'll go back to X3 and try to get that achievement. You know what, really quick. Let me get this achievement for, like, using all of his abilities. Which, that was the only one I had to use, was the dash thing. Oops. Cool. Let's actually bail out of here and go check out achievements super quick. But yeah, next time I'll finish Zero's story. Oh, I need to go do this life farming thing with X too. To get this one. I'm gonna do that off stream. I'll finish Zero's story to get that achievement. And then I'll either do that X run with Buster Only Ultimate Armor, or I'll come back to X3 and do the no golden armor, no Zero Saber run to get that achievement. I don't think that's gonna be tomorrow. As per usual, I don't know what I'm going to stream tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna give this a break for a couple days since I just did it 2 days in a row. As I was blabbing on about earlier about variety and not overdoing it with one game. But yeah, even though that's it for me tonight, I hope you guys will stick around for a raid, because that would be lovely. How do you guys feel about Kingdom Hearts? There's only 200 people live playing Fortnite? What is happening? Is Fortnite dying before our very eyes? I've noticed the number of people streaming that, like, dropping every single night. I haven't seen it above 1,000 in a long time. Yeah, let's do that. I like that option. We don't have this raid option very often. Hopefully he's not about to, like, stop, because that would suck. Yeah, it looks like he's still going. Okay. Alright. Yeah, you guys know how it is. Hashtag Nintagious raid. We're gonna head over to Camillo's channel. He just raided us with Wow Blue. He just raided us with Phil Fantastic yesterday after they did a Pokemon hunt. So if you guys didn't check out his channel then, now's a good time to do it. He is playing Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance tonight. Not sure how much longer he'll be going, but we can still go hang out for a little bit, and it'll be good fun. If the link doesn't work for you, that is spelled like this. I cannot spell his last name to save my life. There, spelled like this. Camilo Sarmiento. So yeah, I'll see you guys over there for the raid, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow for To Be Decided. And yeah, that will be it for me tonight. Hope to see you all tomorrow.